I didn't prepare as much as looking back I probably should have. I kind of flew by the seat of my pants, and it's been a learning experience ever since.
I slipped and fell while getting out of bed, and when I fell, I was 3 months pregnant with her. Normally, you're there feeding the baby, you're swaddling the baby, you're changing diapers, you're doing baths, you're doing all those things. I wasn't able to do it because I was so weak. It made me feel sad because as a woman, just giving birth to a baby, you want to be there for her.
Having to figure out and balance, when to ask for help and try to figure things out on your own has been probably the biggest obstacle. And a lot of it involves being confident in yourself that you can kind of find a way around things or come up with creative solutions to problems. Under the changing table, where people would normally keep diapers or wipes or lotions, things like that, we just didn't put that shelf in there. So there's the ability for me to roll under and get close up to the changing table.
My father and I, we found an old crib that we adapted by him cutting into it, and where it opened up sideways, and I was able to pull the mattress out, and I can change the bedding and play with my baby, roll, belly time, and it's like you're right up there with your child. Like I can almost pull up under the crib.
We had a bassinet and it had wheels on it, so I was able to roll the bassinet from the living room to the bedroom.
Luckily right now, she typically sleeps through the night, but if she is getting fussy, I just can sit up in bed and the bassinet is so close to my bed that I just reach over, give her pacifier or whatever it is she needs.
Almost like they would with me up, in hospital beds. They'd keep a sheet underneath me. It's kind of like what I would do with my baby. You're able to grab both sides of the blanket and kind of like hoist her.
When she's bottle fed, I've found that it's helpful to have a feeding pillow that actually goes around my back and snaps around my waist so that it doesn't fall while I'm holding her like into the floor or something like that, because I usually feed her from my wheelchair or sitting in some other kind of chair. And when I feed her solid food, I do put her in a regular high chair that I just bought at the store, but I found one that reclines, so I will recline it back and I can roll up beside it, easily kind of slip her in there and then buckle her up and then sit her upright and then feed her as normal. And then when I'm ready to take her out, recline her back and take her out of the high chair.
At first, I was giving her baths in the living room and carrying water to fill the tub. But then as I grew stronger, the sink, bathing in the sink was a lot better than hunching over in the bathtub. As far as feeling the temperature, some of my sensation is there and it's not as accurate. So what I can do is I'll put my elbow in because it has the most sensation. But for people that don't have, I was thinking that they can get thermometers.
Most of the time when I go out, I, kind of arrange my schedule to where I'm either leaving when my husband is here, he can help get her in the car, and when we get to where we're going, we might be meeting someone else who can, help get her out of the car.
What helped me was to get the stroller that the car seat was able to go on top of the stroller. It's a frame stroller that really helped.
I have identical twin boys. My bedroom is on the main level of the home. Their bedrooms are upstairs. So I just can't run up there as much as I used to. So instead, we use the Alexas as an intercom system. So you can say, Alexa, drop in Fisher's room, and then we can communicate that way. I am teaching the boys how to drive right now. I do have an adaptive vehicle, but we lock out the joystick, if you will, so that that doesn't interfere at all. We had an incident with that. Everybody was okay, but yeah, I didn't know I had to stay in this lane. Yeah, you see that dotted line? You need to stay on the side of that.
Grocery shopping is not my favorite thing, and it's hard because you can't push the buggy and push your chair, and then you don't want to have like a train behind you and somebody pushing you while you're pushing the buggy. That's pointless. So I have my power chair, and my little 8-year-old is on the back of my power chair. She stands on the back part, and she has the grocery list, and she calls it out and checks it off to me as we have it. And then I keep a basket in my lap. But a tip with that too, I made this mistake early on. If you put too many things in there and it gets heavy, it can really do the indentions on your leg. The first time that I did that, I had sores across my legs from it being too heavy and I couldn't feel it. So now what we do is she'll carry a basket, I'll have a basket, and she'll check off the list, and we'll put the things in the basket and she rides on the back. That's how we roll.
They definitely used me at Disney World. And, every time a line was long, we never got the quick pass. They used Grandma's wheelchair to get up there. Get up there.
Half of the people at Disney World were claiming to be my family. I'm like, I'm not kin to you, back of the line.
It's been especially helpful to be engaged on social media with other moms who have had the experiences of finding what's out there, and they're really helpful in telling me what I can get and the different products that are gonna work best.
We have run into awkward situations where people say, what happened to your mom? They are like, yeah, that's my mom and she's a badass. I think that this incident that happened to us is gonna make them better men. I think children take their cue from their parent. And if I was, woe is me, this is terrible, life sucks, I think that they would have that attitude.
Wondering, are there people out there who think that I did something reckless by becoming a parent because I, can't possibly provide for her in all the ways that she needs. Her daily experience isn't particularly different from a child of anyone who, isn't in a wheelchair or has some sort of disability.
I mean, I had no left arm. I had no use of my legs. I had literally one arm and a tiny 2-year-old and a 6-year-old, and then here we are today. It was because I just refused to give up.
I wasn't going to be the mom that I wanted to be, that I envisioned myself to be because of the disabilities that I had. But things like that don't matter as long as you have a good head on your shoulders and you don't let negativity get to you. You'll be the best parent that you can be.